Are you guilty or not guilty of the felonies wherein you stand indicted?
Not guilty.
How shall you be tried?
By God and my country.
Disbarred South Carolina attorney Alex Murdaugh has pleaded not guilty, as you just heard him say right there, to murdering his wife and son.
In court this morning, his defense and prosecutors agreed to keep the evidence secret as media attention around this trial grows. That defense agreed to ask the judge to deny him bond, saying he can't afford to post it anyway. Murdaugh's lawyer is also asking the judge for a speedy trial in this. For an interesting reason, last week Alex Murdaugh was charged for the murder of his wife, Maggie, and his son, Paul. Now, Chief Legal Correspondent Seema Iyer joins us now.
All right, Seema, so lots to be able to unpack here in this case. I mean, which I find it's just so interesting with these facts that we keep learning about. But let's talk about this secret evidence. I mean, why are they keeping all this secreted? And this is a big case. I mean, doesn't the public have a right to be able to know?
I think the public does have a right to know, but lawyers and the justice system in general usually weighs that right against the sanctity of the evidence and preserving the process. Because a lot of times, if the public knows, that could potentially harm the investigation. Also, think about it. There could be witnesses out there that both the prosecution and the defense want to come in and testify. And what if those witnesses are influenced in some way? What if those witnesses are intimidated and they don't want to come forward? I mean, that's also the reason.
I get protecting the integrity of the investigation, but at this point, we don't even know who was killed first.
That is correct. And I believe that we would know that from the autopsy, maybe. It depends on when an autopsy was done in relation to discovering the bodies. I mean, there's so many questions. A lot of times in the autopsy, they can tell from the type of wounds that each victim has. And let's remember, one was a rifle, one was a shotgun. So that's another part of it.
You know, Murdaugh's lawyer asked for a speedy trial. This is the first appearance. Is that normal? And why would he ask for a speedy trial? Leading to what you were just talking about a little bit.
So number one, a speedy trial is something procedurally we all do as defense attorneys, okay? So you go to your first appearance, which is an arraignment, and after that time you file the speedy trial. You don't have to announce it in court. You get the right anyway. It was very strange that he did that. Also because it's the first appearance. So the speedy trial, which comes under the Fifth Amendment, it is a clock, but it doesn't start ticking like we're not there at trial yet. So it was really strange he did that. Oh, let's play this song. You're going to love this.
We'd like to go ahead and get this matter before a Colleton County jury as quickly as possible. Mr. Murdaugh does this for a number of reasons. One, as you've heard, he believes he's innocent. He avers he's innocent. And two, he believes that the killer or killers are still at large, and this would allow SLED to put this behind him and go look for the real killers.
Sorry, I got so excited over there. So we heard that from court earlier today, and I hope everyone heard that the lawyer said he believes he's innocent, and then he mumbled, of course he's innocent, and that the real killer's out there. So here are my issues from that. To say he believes he's innocent leads me to believe, as the lawyer wasn't comfortable saying my client is not guilty. Because as people should understand, innocent is under Webster's. Innocent is not a legal term. Not guilty is a legal term. So to say innocent is really meaningless in a court of law. But the fact that the lawyer didn't say, my client is innocent, why did he say he believes he's innocent? What does the lawyer know that the lawyer, as an officer of the court, is not comfortable saying in a court of law?
That sets up some serious conflict, it sounds like, going forward.
I think it's very suspicious that the lawyer said it that way. And then the second part is he believes the killer is still out there. Well, you know what? Alex Murdaugh, we don't need you to tell SLED how to do their job, because they're doing their job. If the real killer's out there, SLED has been looking for that person or people for however long this has been going on.
But that leads to that perception. I know from your legal mind, you're like, hey, we do this all the time. But for you hearing it from the viewer point of view, you're hearing, hey, you know what, the real killer could be out there. And it makes your mind think that something
that's all
else.
spin. No, I mean, it shouldn't. It is complete spin from the lawyer.
Right.
It is complete, like, for the cameras. You know, before we saw the lawyers all mingling with the reporters inside the courtroom. I think Harpootlian, isn't he
Dick Harpootlian is a state senator in South Carolina.
Sustained. Sustained.
All right, so
another question.
What happens next?
What happens next? And also, too, to bring everybody up to speed, I mean, Alec Murdaugh right now is facing like, what, 85 charges?
I think more than 85,
Okay.
yes. Okay, so number one, we are talking about discovery, right? So we're getting all that evidence, the autopsy reports, everything like that between both lawyers. Number two, always talking about a plea bargain. Plea bargains are always on the table. Number three, Alec Murdaugh and his team may be interested in having a combined plea bargain, like Alicia just mentioned, all of those charges, maybe putting all the cases together. I think he has only one civil, oh no, I'm sorry, he has 10 lawsuits, but he's trying to work those criminal cases together. Also, there's different entities involved, so which prosecutor goes first if this is to go to trial? So many questions,
Oh my
so
gosh, there's
few
so much. I
answers.
wish we had more
I'll be
time.
back.
Yeah, a lot to keep going on this, and you'll keep covering it as we will too. All right, Seema, thank you.